Sorry, everybody. I just finally got it figured out. I had to create a new, and my dog's barking right now. I had to create a new live. Let's see. All right, so now it's working. Sorry, I am here and ready to go. I can't talk right now. Someone's at my door. They want to talk to me, but you guys are more important. We got to take care of this. And sorry for the delay. This has been a disaster, but here we are in my new studio, my new house. House tour is coming soon. We're just wrapping up landscape, and I think that's who's at the door wanting to talk to me is my landscapers. But basically, we should be done with the entire house this next week. So within a week, I'm hoping to get the house tour video done. But I hope all is well. I hope you guys are healthy. I hope you guys are safe. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves, taking this time to build a business, learn a skill, and you're not just wasting this time. So if you guys have any questions, throw them in the chat. And I'm just wanting to answer all of your guys' questions and get you guys taken care of. But we got 13 people on, 0 likes. So make sure to like this video. Go make sure to like it. And where am I? I'm in my house. I got a little new studio set up. So hopefully you guys like it. Trevin, do you ever source from US suppliers? So I do not actually. All my suppliers are from China, and it's worked great. And even though right now during this quarantine crisis, if you will, my suppliers are still making products and they're still shipping me products, and things are going smoothly up until now. Now that could change. I don't know. I can't predict the future, but for now, things are going great. Sales are through the roof the last few days, and I think it's probably because of the stimulus money, which is crazy. People get free money and they're like, oh, let's go drop it on Amazon. Like, that's a great idea, but whatever. But if you guys got the stimulus money, make sure to use it wisely. Don't just go waste it on useless things that you don't need. Invest in yourself and invest in your business. Or if you actually need the money, then pay your bills, pay your rent. Make sure that you can survive. Don't just go waste it. So take advantage of that money and use it wisely. Thought you're in UK. No, I'm not in the UK. I'm in the United States. I'm in Salt Lake. Yep, I'm in Utah. How much money do you advise to spend on PPC when you launch a product? So I'll spend as much money as possible to get that product launched and ranked. And I have multiple campaigns going, budgets of at least $50 or more. And just because I have a budget set at $50 doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to spend all that money. I could spend $20 or I could spend the full $50. So I'm just trying to rank that product as quick as possible. And one of the best ways is PPC. One thing that I do want to announce is I announced it on the Facebook group and on my Instagram. If you guys aren't on the Facebook group or on my Instagram, go follow me. Request to join the free Amazon Champion Facebook group. And then the link is in the description down below and the link to my Instagram. But the announcement is for Helium 10. They're doing basically 80% off for the first month of Helium 10 up until the end of April. They're pledging $1 million to basically help Amazon sellers. And it's super cool. So check out that link. It's 80% off, or you can use code Trevin80 and you'll get 80% off. So make sure to take advantage of that. If you guys haven't gotten Helium 10, now is the time to try Helium 10 for literally $20. So you can try it. And if you don't just love it, which I know you're going to love it because they offer literally everything, then cancel it. But I know you're going to, and you're going to continue to use the software tools to your advantage to help you build your Amazon business. So that is an absolute must to build a business, an Amazon business, I should say. You need keyword research tools, so Helium 10 Cerebro. You need X-Ray, and it also helps you with your PPC campaigns, which I've already seen questions about. So get Helium 10. They're basically helping us out, so you might as well take advantage of it. Let's see what other questions we got. Says, hi, I actually have a private label product that I finally am ready to upload. However, Amazon will not let me send it in. Are you having the same issue? Yes, on new products, you cannot send in new products. You can do merchant fulfilled, and that's what I did on a product that I just launched. I created the listing. You can create a listing, no issue, and you can just convert it to merchant fulfilled. And right now, the Prime badge isn't as I mean, it helps. Obviously, if you have the Prime badge right now and you're getting products in 2 or 3 day shipping, you're going to sell way more than if you don't. But what happens is some people do have that Prime badge and it shows extended delivery. And it's like 3-4 week delivery times, which I think is going to change here shortly. Amazon's already letting other people send in inventory if they've had the product live for the last like 6 months. So I can send in all my inventory and I've been sending it in. I'm still doing merchant fulfilled, but for a new product, I don't know when they're going to let us send it in, but right now on my new products, I just literally launched a new product this last week. I'm selling 50 units a day, just absolutely crushing it. And yes, I'm fulfilling it myself, which sucks, but it is what it is. And it's totally worth it. So if you're in a situation where you can create the listing, you have the inventory at your house and you can get the packaging to ship that product, then maybe try launching it merchant fulfilled. And if not, just wait here in the next couple weeks. I'm hoping things will kind of level out and it will kind of go back to normal. So that's kind of the hope of kind of what's going on in the future. And we'll talk a little bit more about that as well. So yeah, I'm selling 50 units a day and I have 2 variations. And I'm actually, right now, I can just check real quick, see where I'm at. I've sold 50 of the one and like 30 of the other. So yeah, it's doing really well. Can't complain. And it was just, I mean, it wasn't luck. I looked at the data and there's demand for the product. And I know that people want that product, especially with what's going around in the world right now. People want it. So I decided to go for it. I ordered 300 units. I sold out in literally like 5 days. And in that 5 days, luckily, it's a supplier that I've worked with before. They were able to get me that product, and I'm back in stock. So it's been crazy. Can I still open a seller's account? Yes, you can absolutely open a seller's account. I recommend it's easiest to open a seller account with an LLC. So if you live in the United States, open up an LLC. At least in my state where I live, it costs like $90 to open up a LLC. Then you open up a bank account, which is free. And then so you have your LLC, you have your bank account, a credit card, and as long as all those things have the same address, that's all you need to open up your seller account, and you use your tax identification number, so your EIN number. Or if you're not opening up an LLC, which you don't need to, it's just easier to, and it protects you in the future. You can use your social security number to open up an Amazon seller account. And it's the same thing when you submit the information, your address, your credit card, your bank, everything needs to align in itself. So if you have a bank that is registered in a different address and then you put a different address and then your credit cards with a different address, you're going to not be able to open up your account. So you need to make sure that your information that you provide to Amazon all lines up and it's all the same and it's coherent. And so Amazon doesn't have any questions about it. So that's what you need to open up a seller account. I have an Amazon account and I haven't listed anything. Can I just list one product with 1 unit just to see how it works? Yeah, you can list a product with 1 unit. Obviously, listing it with 1 unit, you're going to spend quite a bit of money on PPC to get that unit sold, and you're not going to have any units to sell after that. And if you don't have any units after that, then there's no point in selling that. You're not going to be able to rank that product. So that's something very important that you need to do. So yeah, you can with 1 product, but I wouldn't recommend it. I pay 39 for Amazon. Is it available for FBM too, or just FBA? Yeah, if you have the Pro plan, I mean, even if you don't have the Pro plan, you can do FBM. Obviously, if you're selling more than 39 units, then you need to get the Pro plan. It's an absolute no-brainer. And if you're looking to grow and build a business, this is a question that I get a lot, and they're worried about spending $39 to open up an Amazon seller account. And if you're worried about $39 to have a pro Amazon account, you probably shouldn't be an Amazon seller. I know that's super blunt. That base sounds super bad. But if you're not willing to spend $39 a month to have a pro Amazon account, then you're not cut out to be an Amazon seller. I'm just being honest. Let's see. Do you use air freight or sea freight more often? I use air 90% of the time. I've used sea, but right now it's been hard to stay in stock, and so I've just used air. And I try to order as much inventory as possible, but it just keeps going through. So I try to just get inventory as quick as possible. Tips for analyzing PPC data and ranking for keywords. Helium 10 Cerebro, going back to the discount for Helium 10, 80% off to get that. I love analyzing the data and seeing the keywords that I'm ranking for. So that's something that you can do to analyze your PPC campaigns, is instead of plugging in your competitor's ASIN, maybe plug in your own ASIN into Helium 10 Cerebro and see if you're ranked at like position 15 or 20 or 25. Those are some keywords that you may want to target in your PPC campaigns to try to get those ranked to position 8, 7, and then slowly to that top 5 positions. So that's what I do, is I like putting my own ASIN into the Cerebro tool, and then I see kind of where I'm ranking, and then I create an exact match keyword campaign to target those keywords. So that's something that you can do. Just a little tip. Let's see. I'd rather spend money on my first product than spending thousands on a course and a mentor. I've watched many videos. Do you think I'll be good without a course? So that's the mentality that I had, and you can totally do that. And courses, yes, there's courses that are thousands of dollars. There's other courses that are cheaper. I have a course that is for $500, and if you feel like you want to just go out there and do that yourself, I implore you to do that. I think that's great if you want to go and do that. But just from my experience, I didn't take a course and I just started launching products, and I spent a whole lot more money than $500. If I would have spent $500 on a course, I would have saved a lot of money in the long run by learning from that course, because the products that I was launching were just straight trash. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what to look at. I didn't know what gated, ungated categories. I didn't know what restricted products were. I didn't understand hazmat products, and I still made that mistake to this day. So there's a lot of things that you can make mistakes with. And if you're fine with making mistakes, and if you have a bunch of money to just go and try it yourself, then go for it. Like I'm all for that. There are certain things that you need to be careful about so that you don't put your account at risk and you don't get suspended. So you need to understand those things. And if you do, then yeah, you can launch a product by yourself. No questions asked, like 100%. It's just whether or not it's going to stick, and if you're going to do it properly. And that's the only thing with a course that helps you. But that's just kind of my experience. And that's kind of why I decided to launch a course, because I saw the mistakes that I made, and I didn't want to have other people make those same mistakes. And so I started charging, and my first course that I launched, I mean, it was straight trash looking back at it, but I charged like $99. But I saved people time and energy by watching those videos. And then over time, as I've got more experience, I've obviously increased my price with the demand as well. But it's just to help people not make the same mistakes that I've made. And for $500, I guarantee with the information that I teach in my course, it's going to save you more than $500. So that's just kind of my opinion. But yeah, you can launch a product without a course. To have 7 figures income, how many products do you sell on Amazon? So 7 figures income, that's 7 figures in sales. That's not profit. My profit margins are between 25 and 35% depending on the month. But I do have a total of, I lose count because I've been trying to add quite a bit of products right now. And sometimes I just add a simple variation. But I have a total of probably 15 SKUs as we speak. And that's a total of like, I need to go in and look, but I think it's like 8 or 9 different products. And then the other 6 are different variations. So different colors, different packs, and things like that. So I have a total of 15 different SKUs. And that's between both my accounts. So on the one account that's hit 7 figures, I have a total of 12 SKUs. So that's that. And I didn't have that many when I hit the 7 figure mark, but I've just continued to launch product, reinvest in my business, and try to grow it. And that's kind of what I did with what's going on with this whole pandemic with the coronavirus. My sales were tanking for like probably 5 days. I was doing like $600 a day in sales, and I was used to be doing like $2,000 a day, and things I was like, man, what's going on? And so that's when I decided to launch that product and do FBM and kind of adjust and pivot. And as soon as I launched that product, my sales are back up to normal. In the last 3 days, I've done over 3, 4, and yesterday I did $6,000 in a day. So it's all about pivoting and just making adjustments. And that's the thing with Amazon is there's going to be change, and you just need to be willing to adapt and change. If you don't like change, then entrepreneurship, selling on Amazon is probably not the best fit for you. But if you're able to just deal with the changes, deal with the circumstances, things that are out of your control, there's nothing that I can do to stop the coronavirus, but there's certain products that I can sell right now to build my business. And so that's what I did. I didn't complain about what's the situation that's going on. I just was like, hey, what products are in demand? Let's order it and let's get it selling on Amazon, and let's take advantage of this opportunity. And a lot of people have been asking me, hey, should I still start? And yes, it is hard because you can't send in new products right now, but that's not going to last forever. That may last for max another month, 6 weeks, if that. And if it does take 6 weeks, during that time, you can start learning, you can be ordering samples, you can be communicating with your supplier, you can be finding the product. And that alone, finding a product, finding a supplier, ordering samples, getting that product perfectly how you want it, creating the images, the product listing, it could take you 6 weeks. It could take you a month. It could take you 3 weeks. And by that time, Amazon is probably going to be start accepting inventory for new products. So that's kind of my mentality. I don't have the mentality of the herd of, oh, I'm going to run away from the situation and I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm just going to go and attack it head on. And if you have that mentality, you're going to succeed in life and just in general, not just with Amazon, you're going to succeed in life. So have that mentality of just go for it. Don't run away from the problems, attack it head on. So that's my tips for new Amazon sellers and for Amazon sellers that have products that are maybe like, should I launch a new product? Dude, now is a great time to launch a product. Amazon's demand is through the roof. It's crazy. Everyone can't go out to the stores and buy products. So what are they doing? They're buying online and they're buying on Amazon. And you guys have seen the demand. Amazon can't keep up with the demand. So that just kind of shows you the beast that Amazon is and how solid this business model is. And there's other business models that, in my opinion, are just getting hosed and screwed, like dropshipping, social media marketing agency. Like if you're trying to start a social media marketing agency, the first thing that companies are doing is they're getting rid of their marketing. They're saying, hey, we're going to turn down ad spend. And what does that mean if you have clients? They're going to say, hey, sorry, we don't want to pay you a $2,000 retainer or $5,000 retainer. We don't need you because we need to cut expenses. And where Amazon is the opposite. People are just growing their businesses to the moon. All right, let's go back to the questions. I love your course. I appreciate it. And I didn't want to say this because I've been putting it off. And now that I'm finally kind of in my house and adjusted and things are normal and I have internet now, I am updating the course. I'm coming out with, it's like 20 plus videos. So I'm updating the course. There's a few things that I just want to freshen up, product research, some new videos that they're not necessarily outdated. It's just I want to make them even better. So be on the lookout for that. Everyone that is enrolled in the course or enrolls, their automatic updates. You don't have to pay anything extra. It's lifetime access. So everyone enrolled, you're going to get those updates as soon as I get them done. I'm trying to get them done. So I'm not going to put a deadline, but I promise they're coming in the next 3-4 weeks. Okay. So be on the lookout for that. All right. Let's see here. Boom, 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 boom. You just launched a new product. How many items you start in inventory to see if it works? I started with 300. What's a good budget for PPC week to week? I don't necessarily have a budget for PPC. I just spend, and if my conversions are good, I mean, if they're 50%, I'm going to keep spending and just feeding money at it, and it's going to slowly go down. That ACoS is going to drop from 50% as I get more reviews. So I say I have five reviews and my ACoS is 50%. As soon as I get 20 reviews, I bet that ACoS drops. The conversion rate is going to be a lot better, and I'm just going to keep pumping money into it. And as I do that, I'm going to be ranking organically for other keywords. It's going to boost my sales velocity, which is going to boost my ranking. So it's that ripple effect. So I don't necessarily have a budget. I'm just willing to spend as much as possible to get that product ranked as quickly as possible and for as many keywords as possible. So I never turn off my PPC campaigns. I just keep them running. And yeah, that may hurt your profit margins, but at the same time, it's going to increase your sales overall and your organic rank, where's the money is at. Okay, that's where you're going to make the most money, is the organic sales. Let's see. What do you recommend to start finding the right suppliers? So I source everything from my phone. I use the Alibaba app. I search for the products. I favorite all the suppliers that have similar products that I'm looking at. And then I create kind of a copy paste template that I say, hey, this is what I'm looking at doing. What can we do? Something's wanting to update. What can I do? And just basically explain to the supplier what you're trying to accomplish. And then you just send out a bunch of messages to different suppliers. And some suppliers are going to respond really quick. And if they respond quick back, that could be a good sign that, hey, they're going to treat you well and they're going to respond to you. Some people may not respond, and the people that don't respond either are so busy or they're too big and they don't want to worry about you. So there's some different things, but that's kind of how I am sourcing my products and finding a supplier. I just reach out to a bunch of suppliers and kind of see my options, see the price per unit, see their shipping costs. And so that way I can compare and keep the other supplier honest. And if this one supplier is charging $3 a unit, and then I get a quote from another supplier that's charging $250, I'm going to go back to this supplier and say, hey, look, I just got an offer from this supplier saying they're going to give it to me for $250 per unit. Can you match that price? And just kind of get a feel for that. So that's what I do. And then you can also order samples and test the quality. And then what you can also do is order the actual product on Amazon. So you get your sample, you get your product from Amazon, and you have them hand in hand, and you're comparing them apples to apples and seeing, okay, this one is not as good as the one that's sold on Amazon, or the one from your supplier is better than the one from Amazon. So that's something that you guys can do to kind of make sure that you found the perfect supplier and the best quality possible. Fulfilled by merchant for a product launch, is this difficult to do, or should I wait out till Amazon opens up again? I shall have a quantity 2,000 items ready to go. So, I mean, if you have inventory at your house, sitting at your house right now, and you're able to fulfill the orders, I think you can launch it. And I guess I should rephrase that. If that product is a good product, it's in demand, and I mean, that's the thing. You need to kind of analyze the market. And if the market says that it's in demand, they're going to buy that product regardless of whether it's fulfilled by Amazon or if it has the Prime badge. So from my experience, I launched a product just fine. But if I was to launch a product, I'm trying to think of an example that just probably wouldn't sell that great if I launched it. Like a beach product, like a surfboard. Like if I was trying to launch a surfboard right now, my guess is probably not a lot of people are surfing right now. So that's something that I probably would wait to launch. But if you're looking to launch something like a kitchen product that people are using every single day, then yeah, that's a product that you want to launch. So that's kind of something that you need to look at and decide, okay, is merchant fulfill going to be the best option? And can you even fulfill the orders and keep up with that demand? And that's something that is hard, is kind of deciding that. So I would have to analyze the product, Sean, to kind of give you an exact yes or no answer on that. But from my experience, I've launched a product merchant fulfilled and it's done absolutely incredible. I've sold about 100 units the past 30 days, but I have no reviews. Does Amazon send automatic review email? They do not. You need to sign up for the early reviewer program. You need to sign up for Helium 10. It's Helium 10 follow-up, and you follow up one time with the customer, asking them to leave a review. I have templates of that all in the course, kind of breaking that down. And then you have thank you card inserts. And so you're attacking the customer from all sorts of different angles, trying to get reviews. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And like on this one product, I've sold quite a bit, and I have 15 reviews. So my review conversion isn't amazing, but I built that listing from nothing to 15 reviews in a matter of a week and a half, a week. Okay. So if you're doing those strategies, you can absolutely get reviews. When should you do brand registry? If you have a product that's doing well and you're looking to launch a second product under that brand name, then I would absolutely get it brand registered. It doesn't really make sense to brand register a product that's not selling well. If the product is selling well, then I would look at getting brand registered. My mom's calling me, not sure why. Maybe she's on this live watching me. She's my biggest fan, guys. I love my mom. Let's see. How do you organize yourself for FBM, and who are your shipping providers? So I'm using USPS, just the United States Postal Service, and I buy all my labels through Amazon. And I kind of made a video breaking down what you need. You need poly bags, poly mailers, or if your product can't ship in a poly mailer, you need boxes. And you can get those boxes from Uline. And the poly mailers you can buy directly from Amazon, or you can get them on, it's like USA mailers or something. And then you need tape, you need labels. So a label printer would be ideal. You could use like just a traditional printer and cut out the labels, but man, that would take forever. If I was to do that, it would take me so long to fulfill all the orders. So it'd be nice to have a label printer, the bags, a weigher, tape measure, and all those things. And if you have those, you can fulfill your own products. How much in total did it take to launch your first profitable product, including PPC? So, well, my first product, it was profitable, but it got shut down. I ordered 100 units. There's that seatbelt gap filler. And how much it was like 300, 400 bucks that I invested in it. Didn't spend any money on PPC, and we sold 90 units in 7 days and got shut down. But after that, the next product that I launched was the fidget pen. And that one I spent like $600. I ordered again 100 units, and I sold out of all of those. And then Amazon restricted me and prohibited me from selling that product. So that kind of sucked. But my first few products, I didn't spend that much money. And same goes for the product that I just recently launched. On my second account, I showed you guys kind of the breakdown. $1,500. I ordered 300 units for $750. Then I made the reorder to get back in stock, another $750, so $1,500. And that was ordering my first order to then ordering my second order. And that was all for $1,500, and I was profitable right from the get-go. So you can launch a product for less, but my recommendation for startup cost with everything, I would say more than 1,500. Just kind of throwing a number out there. I mean, it's 100% subjective on the product that you source, how many units you order, the demand of the product, how much you're differentiating the product, and your strategy. So there's a lot of things that go into launching a product. And I've launched products for less, but there's been products that have costed me substantially more. So it just kind of depends. Let's see. Are you seeing or do you think the virus will impact made in China products negatively? I struggle with this because I remember growing up thinking every product made in China was just trash and it was cheap, the quality sucked. And the reality is like 90, I'm just throwing out a number. I don't know the exact percent, but I would say like 90% of products are manufactured and made in China. So your iPhone is made in China. I don't think people are going to stop buying iPhones. I think people love iPhones and they're going to continue to buy them. So I don't think it's going to necessarily impact it that much made in China. But that's my thought. I can't predict the future, but that's just kind of my opinion. I think China does a great job. Yes, there are certain suppliers, there are certain products that are low quality, but you get what you pay for. And it's the same thing everywhere. Even in the States, you can buy products that are super, super expensive and you're going to get good quality products. But if you're paying for something super cheap, you're going to get a crappy product. That's just kind of the way it goes. And it's the same thing with China. So you can still have good products. And that's the thing is the customer buying on Amazon, the customers buying on Amazon, they buy the product. They're not thinking, oh, is this product made in China? But if they get it and it's bad quality and it says made in China on it, they're going to just be like, oh, this is trash. But if it's good quality and it says made in China, they're not going to complain about it. So as long as your product is good quality, I don't think it's going to affect it. What categories do you like? Honestly, any category. I'll sell in any category. It's any category will work. Obviously, you can't sell in restricted categories, gated categories. You can't sell restricted products. I like home and kitchen. I like office, pet, sports, and outdoors. I've sold in all 4 of those categories. All great. Let's go golfing soon. Brian, let's do it when this settles down. I'm hoping to get back into golf shape. My back has been just a tragedy. It's been like sickening to think how bad my back has been. You guys probably don't know that much, but I've been going into therapy. I've done all sorts of different things. I mean, I bought a standing desk. I bought a brand new mattress. I've bought in so much stuff. As we speak, I'm using this thing. It was on Shark Tank. You guys can see this. It's called Better Back. And it's something that supports my back when I'm sitting. And I just got this last week and it's made all the difference. But I'm hoping to get my back better so that I can go golfing again and get out instead of being cooped up in the house. Golf was like the best therapy ever, but now I'm going therapy because of golf. So hopefully I'll be back golfing soon. Do you prefer Helium 10 or Viral Launch? To be honest, I've looked into Viral Launch, but Helium 10, and when I say I've looked into it, I've used their tools, but looking at just their pricing perspective, not looking at what they offer, just their pricing, Helium 10 is 1,000 times cheaper and they offer 5 million times more tools. Now that's an exaggeration. I know that, but they are a true all-in-one suite of tools. That's why I love them. You pay a monthly fee for it instead of paying for 500 different tools. Helium 10, you pay the $99. If you use my coupon codes, there's 80% off for this month. There's the 50% off for the first month, and then there's 10% off for life. So basically $87, you're going to get all the tools that you need. So I prefer Helium 10. Now that doesn't mean Viral Launch sucks. I just think that for the price and the bang for the buck and for the value that Helium 10 offers, there's nothing that's better than it. My personal opinion, and from experience as well. What is PPC? I keep hearing it from you. I'm a freshman here. Sorry, no worries. So PPC is pay per click. Basically, when you go to Amazon, you can go right now and type in iPhone case, at the very top, and you can type in any keyword, any product, you just search the product, search iPhone case. At the very top of the page, you're going to see sponsored products. That is pay-per-click. That's pay-per-click advertising. So it's its own advertising inside Amazon. And you're basically running advertising to get your product to show at the very top of the page for certain keywords. And you only pay for when they click. So it's called PPC, pay-per-click. So that's what PPC is. FBA open, but I'm so afraid to go to the post office right now because the corona at its peak right here. Now to mail in products. Also, where do I send products to? Because I know they close some. I'm confused. So yeah, that could be a concern with the coronavirus, and I don't want to take that lightly because the situation is scary. And I hope all of you guys are safe, healthy. You're strong in your social distancing and doing all of that. Yes, when you're doing merchant fulfilled, you do have to go to the post office or to the UPS store. In certain places, you can actually have the USPS come and do a pickup from your house, and they'll pick it up. In my area, they won't, but in other areas, they will come pick up your product, so you don't even have to leave your house. That is an option. But what you can do if you're worried about this, and what I do is when I go to the post office, I have big garbage sacks full of products. And if you wanted to, you could go in with a mask, you can go in with gloves, and all you do is you walk in the door, dump it in the bin, get out, and you're in and out in 15, 30 seconds. So it's fairly simple. And that's what I would do. Let's see. Has the coronavirus made you change the way you do product research? Some items are high demand because of the corona and some aren't for the same reason. Absolutely. I mean, demand for certain products are just crazy. Toilet paper, hand sanitizer, the wipes, sanitizing wipes, Lysol wipes, all those things. Yeah, it's crazy. And the demand is through the roof and on certain products as well, like household essentials. But my kind of thing is I have products that I don't know why people are buying them, but people are buying them. They don't need them. I I don't even know if you can use them right now, but people are still buying them, and it blows my mind. And so when it does come to product research, yes, there's things that you obviously need to look at, and you can't. This is a topic. It's a very good question, and it's kind of stumbling me. But what I would do if I was you is do the product research and go through the whole process, verify it, look at the keywords, look at the demand, and get your suppliers all organized, find the supplier, order the samples, get your listing created. And then before you make your mass order, your bulk order of 500, 200 units, 1,000 units, 3,000 units, however much you order, before you order that, go back and reanalyze the data. Make sure that it's still in demand. Make sure the competition hasn't just grown, because now that Amazon is accepting shipments from all products except for new products, you're going to see a more true the true numbers. You're going to see the actual numbers of, okay, is the competition too high? Because yeah, maybe a week ago, the products may look like there's no competition, but it may be because a lot of them are out of stock and it's just not showing them. But now they're going to be in stock, and that's something that you're not going to have to worry about as much. And so that's my strategy right now is I'm finding products, I'm still analyzing it, looking at it. And yeah, there's going to be trends, but also you need to think to yourself, and not saying to sell toilet paper, but yes, toilet paper is crazy in demand. When this whole thing blows over, do you think people are just going to stop buying toilet paper? No, it's something that people still are going to buy regardless of the situation. And so that's the same thing with your products. If your product that you're looking at is just for the coronavirus, then it's like, should you sell it? And I don't even really know if there's a product that is just for the coronavirus. The only thing that I could maybe think of is the masks. But in my opinion, those masks are universal for a lot of different things, for painting, for doctors, hospitals, all those things. And more people are going to be aware, and they're going to be more self-conscious about it, and they're going to be wearing the mask. Not saying to sell masks, but I'm just saying that there's not a product that I can think of that's going to be just crazy in demand right now. And then as soon as this blows over, there's just no one going to be shopping for it. So that's kind of my 2 cents on that particular question. But that's a really good question. How are you doing? I'm doing great. I'm excited to be live. I enjoy doing these Q&As. One thing that I've been struggling with is doing content for YouTube, and not to be a Debbie Downer or anything, but I've seen, and I'm not complaining, but I guess I'm on my soapbox a little bit, if you will. But I've seen when I post a video about something that I think is super valuable, so about Veriship and bench accounting, your accounting, how to get reimbursements, those videos have like 600 views. Now, that's not bad. That's great. The people that watch that, they got tons of value. But the videos where I talk about, oh, crisis, coronavirus, and clickbait about all this stuff, it gets tons of views. And in reality, there's not that much value. It's just me talking about my opinion. And I thank you for watching those videos. And it's great that people want to watch those videos. And I think it's important to inform yourself about the situation. But instead of worrying about the situation, learn about how to build your business. And so I decided to kind of pause posting YouTube videos for now, more tutorial videos, just because people, I don't know why they'd rather watch people talking drama, spreading rumors about the coronavirus. It's like, dude, just go out and build your business. You can do it. Great time. There's great opportunity to start a business. That was kind of a tangent, but it is what it is. Let's see. Thanks, Trevin. Do you offer private advice? I bought your course, but haven't joined the Facebook group, but I respect your advice. Absolutely. On the Facebook group, all the students in my course, the Facebook group is there to ask questions. I'm there active a lot more than the other Facebook group. The other Facebook group, we've gotten a lot of members and there's a lot of questions. And I tend to come in there every once in a while and I'll throw in my opinion and answer some questions. But I just don't have that much time to answer those questions. Where with my students, it's more of a priority. So with my Instagram DMs, my students, first priority, I always try to respond to that. Actually, I don't always try. I always do respond to them when they do have a question. And then on the Facebook group, sometimes I don't see it for maybe a day or two, but I'm always answering those questions on the private student Facebook group. And then I also have the higher tier package for $1,000, which comes with coaching calls. That's the only way that I do coaching calls. I don't really do coaching calls apart from my students. It's just I don't have the time, and my business isn't coaching calls. It's selling on Amazon and then helping other people sell on Amazon as efficiently as possible. And sometimes coaching calls, in my opinion, they go quick, and yes, they're valuable, but it's just for the time and the money, I'd rather spend it elsewhere. And some people may disagree with me on that, but I just tend to focus coaching calls on my students. So Sean, I can't remember what package you got, but yes, you absolutely have access to me. I'm ordering a small batch of 150 units test. It's 281 total, but the supplier is asking for 100% payment. Have you experienced that? Sometimes on first suppliers, to just build that relationship, they don't have that trust yet. So they want the money up front. And for such a small order of 280 bucks, it's not crazy to just pay that 100% in full. Where if it was $2,800, and they were asking it for pay it all up front, that's where I'd be like, I probably wouldn't be paying that up front. I want to pay the 50% or the 30% deposit before. So 281 bucks, that's not bad. I'm paying that 100% in full. That's not terrible. I would also ask the supplier to see the lead time and how long it's going to take to ship. And that's another thing is if you do pay it in full, you don't have as much leverage. So if you can negotiate paying 50% or 30% deposit, you have a little bit more leverage. And that leverage is great because if they're being slow on the order, you can say, hey, I'm wanting to pay you. I have the money ready to pay you the rest of the money. Where's my order at? And if you have the money to pay them and the suppliers need the money, then they're going to work on your order. So it just gives you a little bit of leverage, but on a smaller order like that, I mean, there's not a ton that you can do, but I would see maybe if you could do like 75% deposit or something. Can you create variations on an existing product? How do you do it? So this is something that I am learning and it's been a pain. But what I try to do is when I create a product, I just create it with a variation from the get-go, and that solves this this problem that you're facing with because I've experienced it, and it's a pain. And I don't know why Amazon makes it so complicated to do a variation after it's already created, but you're gonna have to use the variation wizard. You're gonna have to download a text file, and then you're gonna have to enter in a bunch of stuff. And what you can do is call seller support, and this is what I did when I wanted to change it. I called seller support and I said, hey, I'm trying to create a listing, and they'll take you through it step by step. And it's going to take some time. It's gonna take 30 minutes, like 30-minute phone calls with Amazon. Maybe it will take quicker, but it took me some time to kind of figure out what they wanted. But just call them, ask them, explain them, hey, I'm trying to create a variation. How do you do that? And then they'll take you through that process. It's not easy. So that's why I recommend if you're looking to launch a product and you have plans in the future, but you're not launching it right away, I would just create it as a variation from the get-go. And then it's super, super easy to add a variation once it's already created as a variation. So that's my advice there. Should I launch my new product now or wait? A floating shelf. I'd have to look at the data. I'm sure people are at home doing, I mean, I've seen it on TikTok. People are doing a lot of DIY projects, changing their rooms, doing their office. I mean, right here, I ordered this shelf, and it's kind of like a floating shelf, essentially. I mean, it's drilled into the wall right there. And I ordered it just a week ago during this crisis, and I put it together. So, I mean, people are still buying that product. You could try and launch it. I mean, there's no harm in launching a product merchant fulfilled. If it doesn't do as well as you wanted, and let's say it gets a few bad reviews, what you can do is just create a new listing and scratch that listing and then send it in FBA with a brand new listing and make those changes that you need. So that's the one thing that I do like about FBM is what's the word? You can move quicker. You're not tied down. Your feet aren't concreted in to FBA. You don't have all this inventory stuck. And if something goes wrong, it's hard to pull it out. Not to scare you away from FBA, but I'm just saying some pros about FBM. Is spending $150 a day on ads going to give me a better chance on ranking versus $20 to $50 a day to rank? Obviously, yes, for the most part, but let's say you're targeting a crazy competitive keyword, you're just going to be wasting that $150. So you just need to be using that $150 wisely and targeting the right keywords. If you're not targeting the right keywords, then absolutely you're going to be wasting that $150 down the drain. We're at 49 minutes. We got 49 people on. We got 50 now. I just want to say thank you guys for watching. We're going to continue answering these questions, but if you guys would do me a favor, drop a comment down below and like this video. Check out the links in the description down below for the Helium 10 80% off. That is down below in the description. Make sure to take advantage of that. And then I have links to my course and everything else. The bench accounting, which I was talking about, guys, that is something that is so valuable. If you guys have a business, you need to get your bookkeeping in line. Because if you don't, you're going to be like me, making $40,000 mistakes. I'm fixing it, but it's been a pain. So don't make the same mistake that I did. I'm trying to save you thousands of dollars, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. So get your bookkeeping in line. Bench is by far the best accounting service for Amazon sellers. And I have a video breaking all that down. And then I also have 20% off for the first 6 months. So that is huge. That's saving you like $300, $500, depending on the plan that you sign up for. What products should we launch now? I wish I could just give you a list of products and say, go launch this one. This is going to make you $1 million. Go launch this one. Go launch that one. I wish I could do that, but that's the thing with Amazon is you got to learn how to look at the data, look how to find a product and how to break it down. There's tons of products. And when people tell me that there's no more products out there to sell, that's BS. There's tons of products out there to sell. Let's see. I got to get a drink. Hey mate, just joined the live. I love when people send me DMs and they're like, "Hey mate," I think it's fun. I say, "Hey man" or "Hey bro," but are you from Australia or the UK or maybe Canada or where else do they say mate? Just join the live. Let's see. How are you finding new products to sell at the moment? I'm finding them the same exact way that I've been finding them for the last 2.5 years. Just looking, I mean, I've done tons of YouTube videos breaking that down. I have tons of videos in the course. And like I said, I'm going to update those videos. And I mean, there's no right or wrong way to find products. I mean, it's just finding the product, finding random product ideas. And then there is a right or wrong way on how to verify that and how to validate that product. Finding it, you can do whatever the heck you want. I don't care how you find that product, but the way that you validate and verify it, that's a whole nother story. So just make sure that you're verifying things properly. If I missed your questions up above, throw them down again. I'm trying to get all these questions answered. If I've skipped you, I'm sorry. Please answer. There you go. This guy, he wants his question answered. He asked that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Actually, 6 times. Let's see. Please answer. Can I use someone else's bank account number for sign up? I probably wouldn't use that unless they are the ones signing up for the account. And if they're signing up for the account, technically they are the owner of the brand. And so if it's like a friend or something and a relationship goes wrong, they could run away with your seller account and you have no leverage because technically they are the owner of that account. So yes, you could, but I would recommend to open up the account under your name, under your address, under your bank account and everything so that you are the rightful owner of the business and you can't get screwed over. My thoughts there. Hi, furniture is still a good sell. Amazon, please advise because heavy in size. Thanks, bro. What? I didn't quite understand that. Is furniture still good? Is it still good to sell because it's heavy in size? I mean, depending on the product, obviously, there's some furniture that's lighter than others. Obviously, selling furniture, it is a little bit bulkier. So like this shelf, it didn't come in a big box, but I mean, it was an oversized item and it weighed quite a bit. But I mean, it was probably a 4 foot by 2 foot box and it probably weighed like 20, 30 pounds. So yeah, that's going to be a lot more expensive. The product itself may not be expensive, but the shipping costs is what's going to cost a lot. So furniture, it probably is still selling well. I mean, I've been buying furniture. I bought the standing desk on Amazon. I bought this chair that I'm sitting on from Amazon. I bought this shelf from Amazon. I've been buying wall prints. So, I mean, people are still buying furniture, but your startup cost may be a lot more because it is a heavier product and it's going to cost a lot more. And my guess is even though the minimum orders may be 100, you're going to be spending a lot to ship each of those units. He does always respond to DMs quickly too, very rare. I've tried to do that. I mean, you guys don't understand. Like I I spend so much time on my phone every single day that it's kind of bad, and I've tried to take kind of a break and not work so much, but I spend a lot of time on my phone, on Instagram, on Messenger, messaging my students, answering their questions to the best of my ability. And I mean, he attested to it, and I can guarantee that my other students will say that. I've never ghosted a student. So that is one thing that I take pride in, that I respond to every DM. And even if you're not a student, I still respond, but my answer may be, hey, I don't have much time, enroll in my course, my students are my priority, and then I'll get you taken care of. So I do respond to everyone. I may not answer every single person's question, but I do respond to every single person, especially my students. I love you guys. I can't thank you enough for all my students. It really I appreciate it. I mean, when I first started the program, I remember when my second student signed up, I was like, no way, I got a student that wants to learn from me. And it's crazy to see people around the entire world, Australia, we got Italy, Greece, England. What are some other crazy places? I have someone in Brazil. I have people from all over the world finding me from YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. I mean, TikTok, dude, that people think that that's a platform for all these girls to just dance. No, TikTok's legit. Find people all the time that are interested, that have like-minded kind of thoughts. And it's just fun to see kind of how that we've grown. And it's not just me growing, it's all of us. And it's super fun to see that. And I can't thank you guys enough. It's been just an incredible journey, and it's been so fun. And I can't wait to see what's to come, because Amazon is just going to continue to grow. And we've seen that. I mean, businesses are getting straight shut down right now. What business is thriving? What business's stock has increased through this pandemic? Amazon. I mean, it's crazy. So Amazon, whether it's private label, retail arbitrage, wholesale, I don't care the business model, Amazon is a good place to be. It's a great skill set to have as well. Do you think it's a good idea to sell face masks? I honestly, I don't think so. Personal opinion. I think it's getting really saturated. I actually saw people on the side of the street today when I was driving, people selling them on the side of the road. Now, if you want to do that, I think, yeah, there's a market to do that, to maybe go sell it and stand out in front of the grocery store and try to hustle and just sell them. But online, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw this, but Logan Paul, he sold like 30,000 masks in a matter of like a day or 2 days or something. So yeah, I mean, they're selling like crazy, and people are starting to jump on that trend really quick. So I think it's getting saturated really quick, kind of like fidget spinners. When they first launched, people were making the absolute killing. And then as soon as it got too saturated, the price went from one fidget spinner from $20 to drop down to like $4, and you're not even profitable at that point. And so that's what I think with face masks. I think, yes, there's a demand for it right now, but I think there's going to be a surplus in demand here in the next little bit, because everyone's going to start getting their masks. And once everyone has a mask, I mean, you don't need 5 different masks. It's not like a tie or a shirt where you want a different color. And maybe you do. Maybe you want to rock a different mask every single day. That's a different design or pattern, whatever the case is. But my personal opinion, I probably wouldn't launch a mask. And no, I'm not selling a mask. Like, no way. Since we can't send in inventory, will some of these sellers lose their ranking, making it easier for new sellers to come in and rank to take their spots? That's an interesting thought. I have ran out of stock for a long period of time, and I come back in stock, and I normally still have my rank pretty well. Like it's stuck there pretty good. But if they don't know what they're doing and they don't know to close their listing, then yeah, they're going to lose their rank. So depending on the seller's experience, if they're not experienced, then yeah, they're going to get screwed. But if they are, and they've watched like my videos, for example, then they should be all right. And yeah, they may drop from, let's say they were position 2 or 3, they may drop to 6, and they may work their way back up to number 2. So I mean, that could be a factor. I don't know. I wish someone could do like a study on this and tell me like, okay, these are the hardcore like data facts, like this is what happens. This, I don't know. Any recommendation with helium-10 versus viral launch? I kind of touched on that already. So I prefer helium-10, just my opinion. Do you have to get certification from the government when you sell disinfecting gel or masks? To be honest, I don't know because I don't sell them and I haven't looked into it. I know obviously with like hand sanitizer, I'd assume that there's some sort of approval there because I mean it's alcohol. The materials in it like could like hurt someone if they swallowed it, for example. So I'm sure that does require something. I don't know. Can we put product package for main image? Yes. And what I would recommend and what I do in some of my products is I put the product. Let's see if I have an example. I don't really have an example in here, but what you can do is you can get the product and you set the product, and then you can have like the packaging in the background, and it kind of shows the product itself, and then it also shows the quality of the packaging. And that's a great way to do your main image. And maybe your packaging does the product justice and you just want to do the product packaging. I mean, technically that's the product image. I mean, that's the product that you're selling. So yes, you can have that as the main image. But if you can do both, you can integrate the packaging and the product itself in that main image. It's going to be spot on. Let's see. We sell our own products, upholstery foam and pit foam blocks to gymnastics, trampoline facilities, and extreme sports. Do you recommend variation or listing each foam product individual? So if I understand this correctly, depending on the product, so like I love tramp places. I love going to tramp places and jumping into the foam pit. And if you're talking about like the foam blocks, just different colors. So like one facility has like their branding, it's like yellow and black. And then another facility, it has like white and blue, but the blocks are the same thing and they're the same size and same everything. They're just different colors. I would 100% do variations. But if it's a complete separate product, so like a tramp pad that goes around the tramp and then the foam blocks, those are two separate listings. So it just depends. If they're the same products, just different colors or maybe different sizes. So like the tramp pads, some tramps are bigger than others. So say one tramp pad is 8 feet and another is like 12 feet, then that would be a variation as well in size. So it just kind of depends there. Hopefully that answered your question. Turn your hat around. You don't like my hat backwards? Sorry, bro. That's the joys of, or do you want me to rock this hat instead? Or do you want no hat? Or do you want me to rock this one, my Nike one? I got hats for days, baby. Let's see. Do I need a freight forwarder for the sample? How do samples work? Most suppliers, they'll ship it out for you. You don't need a freight forwarder. You can just get the sample and they'll charge like 50, 60 bucks is normal, 30 bucks, depending on how complicated the sample is. I've had samples cost me like 100 bucks because it was quite customized. But for the most part, they'll handle the shipping and you don't need a freight forwarder for that. At least from my experience, I haven't had use a freight forwarder for a sample. Let's see. Thank you for the answer. What if package looks like a gift? I think that's great. I mean, you could put that in there. I'd have to kind of see it to break that down. I created a shipping plan. Is it good to ship products yet? So I actually shipped in my products. It was this last week when Amazon opened it up, and I was eligible to ship in my products to Amazon fulfillment centers. And some of those products got checked in and they're selling via Prime like right now, just super, super quick. Others, they're still checking in. So yes, you can send in products if you're eligible. And the only way to know if you're eligible is to go in, hit send in replenish inventory, go through the process, and then it will say either error saying we're prioritizing, the big red thing saying, no, you can't send it in, or it's not going to say anything and you can just send it in. So if you can send it in, I probably would send it in. And what I'm doing is I'm keeping my merchant fulfilled listing up and my FBA listing up. So I have two listings. And what that does is the customer can go in and buy either directly from me and I'll ship it out, or they can buy it from Amazon and they'll ship it out. And basically what the customer is going to look at is where can I get it faster? If they can get it faster from me, they're going to buy it from me. But if they can get it faster buying it from Amazon, they're going to buy it from Amazon. So that's just kind of what I'm doing there. Let's see. Does PPC files open correctly on MacBook? When I open the key file, it doesn't show me any keywords. So if I have I downloaded the Excel app, and in Microsoft, you have to pay for it. I paid I literally just bought it and I had it on my other computer. There's like a one-time fee of like $100. There's that one, or you can get one where you pay like $10 a month for it. And if you have like the actual Microsoft Excel, it'll pop up and there shouldn't be any issues. In terms of keywords, you may be having an issue where it doesn't show you keywords. It may show you ASINs. And that is something that is going to pull in your PPC report. So you could be just not looking at the keywords. It could be ASINs. And when Amazon is showing you ASINs that are converting well, that's where you want to create a product targeting campaign and plug those ASINs in a product targeting campaign. Does Amazon withdraw $39.90 from start my selling or since I joined to Amazon? So this is something that I do want to touch on real quick, is if you sign up for an Amazon account and you pay for the pro plan, so $39.99, and you sign up for it and you don't start selling for 3 months. So you're paying $40 for 3 months, $120 you've paid to Amazon to have your account, and you haven't sold anything. You haven't listed a product. You just created your account to get it up and going. After that 3 months, or after every single month that you don't use it, create a case and send to Amazon and say, hey, I didn't use my account. I didn't sell any products. Can I get refunded, reimbursed the $40 because I didn't use my account? And when I did that, and this was, I guess this was like a year and a half ago on another account that I opened up for basically just tutorial purposes, I got refunded the amount of the $40. And I just asked them, hey, can I get that $40 back because I didn't use the account? So that's what I would recommend, is opening up the account and just opening it up as a pro account. And if you don't use it for 3 months, just create a case with Amazon and say, hey, I didn't use it. I want my money back. And they should refund you from experience. I've been refunded and they should refund you as well. How do I avoid other sellers on my products? So this is something that it is a pain to deal with when it happens. But the biggest thing to do to avoid that is to brand your product. So when I say brand it, to put your logo on it, customize packaging, make it hard for basically Chinese sellers to counterfeit it and to sell on top of that listing. Because if you're just selling just a traditional product that you find on Alibaba, and you get a drink. If you're just selling like this clip, I don't even know what this is, but say this clip on Alibaba, and all you're doing is putting it into a little plastic bag and you're shipping it out and you're selling a bunch, like 1,000 units of these a month, these people will see this product and they're like, oh, this is easy. I can just buy this and put it in the same bag and throw on a label on it. And no one's going to know the difference. There's no branding on it. There's no customized packaging. So that's the biggest thing that you need to do to avoid hijackers, is to brand your product. And that's putting the logo on the product itself, throwing in a thank you card insert with the logo, customizing the packaging, whether it's a customized box, a customized bag or something, just so that it's harder for someone to fake that product, counterfeit that product. And if they do, what you do is you have to then you do a test order on that seller. So if you have someone selling on top of your listing and you're not brand registered, you're going to have to make a test order and basically get that product, and then you're going to go compare them apples to apples and compare them and say, look, Amazon, my product has my logo on it. This one doesn't. You need to shut them down. It's a counterfeit product, and then they'll shut it down. Another thing to avoid that is getting enrolled in brand registry, so getting a trademark. And then there's the transparency program, which I've looked at doing. I may do it. I'm looking into it. I've talked to a few Amazon reps about it, but the transparency program is just like a certain label that they put on the product, and it's 100% unique. Each label is different, and the only way to access that label is through your own account. So my account, if I was to do the transparency program. So that the transparency program is like the only way to 100%, 1,000% guarantee that no one else is going to be selling on top of your listing. Other than that, it may happen, but the ways to avoid it is branding it and not just throwing up this product in a poly bag and putting a label on it, and that's it. You got to do some branding to it. How do I become a Prime seller? So you sign up for an Amazon seller account, and then what you do from there is you find a product, and you have to have the pro plan, and then you send in inventory to Amazon. And if it's to Amazon, then that's when you get the Prime badge. So when Amazon does the fulfillment, FBA fulfillment by Amazon, you get that Prime badge, and that's when I guess you become a Prime seller, if you will. Let's see. If I'm with brand register, let's see. Sorry, I didn't get your answer correctly. So Amazon will withdraw after my sign up complete, right? Yes. Sorry. So as soon as you sign up for your account, your pro plan, they're going to pull $39.99 out of your account immediately because you're paying for a subscription. It's the same thing with Helium 10. As soon as you sign up to the subscription plan, you sign up for the account, you're going to get charged because now you have access to that account, to that particular software. So yes, they're going to charge you. Would be better to do FBM now. How is FBA now? Are they out of 2-day delivery date? So certain products, they're delivering in 2 days, some even 1 day, depending on the product. Other products that that don't have that Prime badge, that's where I'm doing merchant fulfilled. And I didn't think people would buy merchant fulfilled, but I'm fulfilling a ton of orders like every single day. Like today, I fulfilled over 200 orders. And yeah, that's a pain to do. Like, obviously I don't want to do that. I'd rather make YouTube videos and do something different with my time than fulfilling orders. But that's what I'm doing to grow my business and to keep it going and to keep bringing money in, because I got to eat, I got to pay rent, I got to pay for the things that I have. Like I can't just not work. So I'm sacrificing and I'm fulfilling my orders on those products that aren't FBA. So got to do what you got to do. Can't complain. Got to make the best out of the situation. Let's see. Are the freight forwarder charging more for shipping in the moment? I've heard they are charging 2.5x more than normal. Hope that's not true. So from my experience, my suppliers are not charging me anything more. I have heard some suppliers say that it's going to cost more to ship, and I think that it could cost more, but I also think that they're using that as an excuse to basically make some more money with the circumstance. And yes, certain things it may cost more. Absolutely. I've been lucky. My suppliers have not changed my shipping price, and I've actually been able to negotiate my price even down lower than it was. So I haven't seen the increased shipping rates. I've heard about it, but I haven't seen it personally in my own business. So that's not to say that it's not happening, but in my business, it isn't, which is lucky. Okay, this is a good question. A friend told me I can file a trademark with Amazon and get brand registry at the same time. I can't find the program. Do you know about this? Yes, it's called the IP Accelerator program. If you file a trademark through the IP Accelerator program, you can get brand registry in like a week, 2 weeks. As soon as you file that trademark, you're not going to get the trademark. You're just going to file for it. And since Amazon has partnered up with certain IP attorneys, that they trust and they vetted and they verified and they've gone through the whole process and audited all of them, they know that, okay, this company says that you filed for it, so therefore we're going to give you brand registry early. So that's called the IP Accelerator program. And if you go to your Amazon seller account and you just go to programs, I believe it's called the IP Accelerator program, and then you just go file through a trademark through there, and you can get brand registry pretty quick. Please answer this. At official Joshua Crisp, is he a guru scammer? All I know about him, I've seen him on Instagram, and I think he has a Lambo. I honestly, I don't know. People will say whatever they want to say, and if people want to say that I'm a scam, I know I'm not, and he may feel the same exact way. Some people may think that he's a scam, but deep down, either he's like, yeah, I am. I don't know what he's thinking, and I've never seen. I haven't really seen any of his stuff. But the biggest thing, I mean, you guys are smart. You guys know kind of what to look for, and you know that if someone's being genuine and true and basically being honest. And I've tried to do that as much as possible, try to be as open, as transparent as possible. Yeah, there's certain things that I try to hide and keep secrets, like my products. And I mean, every Amazon seller kind of does that just to kind of protect them, because it's sad the world that we live in. People are always trying to cheat, trying to scam, trying to rip people down, trying to tear people down. And it's like, dude, if we all just came together and loved each other, supported each other, was happy for someone when they succeeded, dude, this world would be completely different. But the world's not like that. People get jealous. People just want to make money quick and easy. And so what do? They try to cheat the system. They try to take shortcuts. They try to scam people. They try to cheat people. They try to take advantage of other people's work and piggyback off of other people's listing. Like it's sickening. I wish it wasn't the case, but it's the world that we live in. And that's why I'm trying to post positive vibes, positive information, good information, valuable information to help other people. And I'm just trying to make a difference one person at a time. So I'm not going to say anything about this guy. I don't know him. I think I've seen his Instagram and that's it. But let's just try to come together and be nice. I mean, a smile, saying something kind goes a long way. So try to do that. Let's see. Thank you. I've been going crazy trying to find it. You're welcome. Is appealing to emotion the best way to market a program? Appealing to emotion. Are you referring to like flashing things, showing things? I mean, obviously people that market stuff, and I've tried not to market things like I've ran ads before. I've tried not to, just because that's not my style. I'd rather promote my stuff organically instead of trying to just shove it down someone's throat and saying, hey, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. I'd rather go about it in a different way. And a lot of people always approach me and they're like, yo, if you would do it this way, and if you approached selling your program this way, you would be making way more money. And I understand that. I'm leaving a lot of money on the table by not marketing that way. But yes, marketing by emotion is a great way. And that's the same thing with an Amazon product. If you can get someone emotionally attached to it and convince them that they need it, they're going to buy from you. It's the same thing for anything, all sales. Emotion is the main selling point. If someone is emotionally attached, like cars, for example, like some people are just emotionally attached to certain cars, and they're willing to fork up the money because they're like, I need this car. And the reality is, dude, you do not need that car. But people still buy that car because they are emotionally attached. Should I join Helium-10 as the product still cannot ship to Amazon due to COVID-19? I mean, I mentioned this at the beginning of the video. You can still do product research. You can still find products. You can still do literally everything, create the listing. You can literally do everything except for send products to Amazon. And I personally think that here in a little bit. You're going to be able to send in inventory to Amazon shortly. So my thought process is get everything laid out, set in stone, and ready to roll, and then you can and then you're ready. So to answer your question, I would get helium 10 right now if I was just starting out, because first off, you have extra time on your hands. We're stuck in quarantine. You might as well take advantage of that and start researching. And if not anything, you're understanding the process of learning how to find something. So maybe you don't find anything, but at least you're getting familiar with the tools and how to go about everything. So that is something that you can do. And especially right now, I mean, Helium 10 is basically giving out their tool for free, 80% off. I would take advantage of it if it was me personally. Let's see. We've been going for an hour and 20 minutes. I'm going to wrap it up. I still haven't eaten dinner, but I appreciate you guys all on. Like this video. We have 50 people on, 51. Like it. Let's get up to 50 likes. We only have 22. What is the deal with that? Come on. Yeah, it's the clickbait method, the impulse buy. It's the same thing with what I was talking about my YouTube videos. When I put coronavirus or crisis or something to do with the pandemic in my thumbnails, those videos do 10 times better. And I hate doing that, but that's the only thing that gets views and gets people attention. I wish that wasn't the case. I wish people would go towards other things that are more valuable, but people tend to click on the clickbaity things, and yeah, it's all strategy. But yep, Helium 10 is 80% off for anybody that wants. Agree. Is there any software to find out how much competitors spend for PPC? A great way to figure out how much people spend on PPC, like how much the bid is going to be, is just go in there and create a campaign and put in the keyword, and as if you were going to target that keyword and see what the bid is going to be. That's works. Sometimes it doesn't, but other times it's going to give you how much that bid's going to be. And that's something that you can look at. And also another thing is, if keywords have really, really high demand and high competition, the PPC bids are going to be a lot more. Obviously, the less competition, the PPC bids and costs are going to be a lot less. Last question. Yep. Sean, I'm going to answer this last question and then I'll get going. Let's see. Always confused on when I should pause PPC campaigns, because if we pause, it doesn't, doesn't your rank start increasing again? It seems it's like a never-ending pay cycle. Any insight? So kind of like what I was talking about, PPC is something that is necessary to get your product in front of customers and to get customers to buy that product. And what PPC is doing is doing multiple things. It's getting people to buy that product. It's getting your product in other people's hands. And anytime a product is in someone's hand, that is a potential person that's going to spread that product word of mouth advertising and tell someone, hey, I just bought this product on Amazon. You should go check it out. So that's something that pay-per-click is doing that you can't really track. So if someone buys that product, they could be telling their friends about it, and then that could lead to sales that way. And that's kind of hard to track. Another thing is, anytime someone buys your product, that's a potential review that you're going to get. The conversion may not be the best. Every 100 sales, you may get 1 or 2 reviews. That's okay. Another thing that's going to do is going to rank that product, and you need to have the PPC turned on and running in order to rank that product. So if you pause it and you're not getting any organic sales, then your rank is going down. But if you pause it and you continue to get organic sales, then it's going to continue to rank. But my philosophy is, why pause it? Just keep it running and have organic sales and PPC sales coming in all at once. And then that's going to boost my rank even more. So that's kind of my insight on that. PPC does a number of things. And yes, it does cost money. And I understand it's that never-ending pay cycle. And you may break even on your first order. That's great. That next order, you're going to be profitable because you've built up the reviews. You now understand what keywords to target and how to adjust your bids and your budgets, it's just going to continue to grow. So there's certain products that I've launched that haven't been profitable for the first 2-3 months, but now they're crazy profitable. So it just takes some time, and I understand how you feel there. So I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in on this live. I appreciate it. We got some more thumbs up, so I just want to say thank you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to join Helium 10, 80% off down below. Join my course. I'd love to have you in as a student. And I just want to say thank you guys, and we will see you guys soon. I'm excited for to start posting some new fresh content as things start to settle down. And like I said, I'm updating my course as well. And I just want to say thanks again for the support, and we will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.